So we're here today just to have a few of the result that we have collected based on 112 respondents. Okay, and then if there's anything that William, you all want us to further analyze, or if you feel like the presentation of the result can be something else, so do let us know. And then what we can do is we will expand the result based on this sort of format for more until maybe beginning or mid of October lah. Yeah, I would think the furthest that we can go is somewhere around October lah. Yeah, latest will be like around the last week of October. Yeah. So we hope to collect as much as possible, maybe even up to 180 or 200 would be nice lah, huh? We will try our best, okay? But I think with 112 is definitely a representation. It's a good representation of the industry already, of what is going on, huh? So I will pass to Faiz to show you the results. Okay, Faiz, you can show the screen now.
Okay, Doctor. Okay, good afternoon, Mr. William and Dr. Ting, Dr. Lee, and SR Good. Thank you for today. So I'm going to present the findings of 112 responses. Okay, so this is the overview of the questionnaire. There are 4 sections in total. Okay, so we will start with section A, which is the respondents' information. So, okay, so based on these responses, the directors is the majority of these participants, which is represent 64.29%, which most of them is a civil engineer. Okay, and their experience is more than 15 years. Okay, this is the number of staff in the company. Okay, so their involvement in government, GLC, and private projects. So most of them is involved in the government project. Okay, followed by GLC, and the most least one is private project. So their involvement in project mostly design stage, followed by project management and also supervision. Okay, so that's all for section A. Brief intro on respondents' information. So we're moving to the next section, which is awareness of respondent on existing payment condition. Okay, so for this awareness, the first question we asked them, are they aware of they are to follow the basic professional service under Part A in the scale of fees. So 99.10%, which is equivalent to 111 respondents, is aware on this Part A. Okay. The second question is the mode of payment for basic professional service. So the same response, which is 99.10%, aware of this mode of payment. Okay. For the third question is, are you aware that additional professional service under Part A? So 105 respondents is aware on this. Only 7 is not aware. And for the question number 4, are you aware of the mode of payment for additional professional services by main month? Okay, 93% of them is aware, and only 19 is not. Okay, for question 5 is, are they aware of the other type of payment in Part C? Okay, 99% of the respondents is aware on this. Okay, for the question number 6, we ask them on the mode of payment for other payment, such as scale of payment and reimburse. Okay, 92% of them is aware on this. Okay, for the question number 7, are they aware of the stages of payment in the SOF scale of fees BM? Okay, 107 respondent is aware on this. Okay, for question number 8, okay, this one is related to federal project. We ask them, are you aware that payment to ECP must be made within 30 days? Okay, 74% of them is aware, and the rest 38% is not aware on this. Okay, for the State Sarawak project, okay, so are you aware that the payment period after receiving the invoice is not stated specifically in the State Sarawak project? So 69% of them is not aware, and the rest 43 respondents is aware on this. Okay, then we ask them, please specify the usual duration in days that you receive payment from Sarawak state government. Okay, so from the result obtained, so majority of them indicate that the payment from the state Sarawak client is more than 30 days to equal to 90 days. Okay, for question 11, we ask them, in your experience, which of the following sector is compulsory to follow scale of fees? So most of them indicate the government is compulsory to follow, followed by GLC. And lastly, only 32 respondents said private. Okay, so moving on to the next section, which is current payment practices. Okay, the first question is, does your client follow scale of fees set by BEM? Okay, majority of the government, which is 100 respondents, said yes. And most of 102 respondents from private side said no. Okay, so for question number 2, okay, if you select no, they choose no for this the previous question, then please specify why your client did not follow scale of fees. So based on the open-ended question that we obtained, okay, the highest rank, which is 42 respondents, said the same, is client having their own scale or standard, followed by client opted for lower discounted fees that will save their cost. Okay, so for the next question is, ask them, does your client regularly discount or try to negotiate your professional fees? So based on the result obtained, okay, for the private side, 106 respondents, which is the most said that the private client regularly discount or try to negotiate their fees. Okay, compared to government, only 42 respondents said the government client discount their fees. Okay, and the next question is, how many percent of discount that they normally requested? So the most selected answers is 10% to 30% discount from the client. Okay, moving to the next section is, do you always agree with your client's discount request? So 69 respondents said yes, and only 37 said no. So based on this 69%, we asked them, why do you agree with the discounted fees? Then most of them, which is 58 respondents, said that no choice, especially government and GLC, because they're afraid of blacklisted, followed by poor job market and no other jobs in hand. Okay, for question number 7, does your client pay you according to the schedule as stated in the stages of payment described in the scale of fees? 58 of them said yes, but not all the time, and 40 said no, and only 14 said yes, meaning in total they are not follow these stages of payment. Okay, then the next question asks, please state the typical schedule used as stages of payment in the consultancy agreement. So 33 respondents said their client has their own scheduled stages of payment. Okay, followed by 31 respondents said that based on schedules stages stated in scale of fees. So this one, 31 respondents said that they follow stages of payment in the scale of fees BEM. Okay, another 15 said that payment made upon completion of each stages, which is standard stage, design stage, and completion. Okay, the rest is based on payment schedule and random payment period. Okay, the next question is, does your client pay you on time according to the stipulated time in the consultancy agreement? So as we can see here, most of them said no. Only 6 respondents said yes. So meaning that majority of the respondents said that the client did not pay them on time according to the time stipulated in the consultancy agreement. Then we ask them how long is the average duration of payment delay from your client. So most of them said that for 4 to 6 months. Okay, 53 respondents said 4 to 6 months. Okay, this is the causes of payment delay. So the rank number one is delay in certification by client, followed by client withholding payment due to their own cash flow problem. Okay, and the third one is disagreement on valuation of work done. This is the top three causes of payment delay. Okay, the other causes of payment delay that has been specified by the respondent is, okay, the 7 respondents stated that there is a slow procedure and delay of payment approval from client. Okay, another six respondents said pandemic COVID-19 due to the client officer working from home. And the third one is pending finalization of the consultancy agreement. So this is the top three others causes of payment delay that has been specified by the respondent. Okay, the
Hello.
next.
Yes, can we go back to question number 11? The rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, forward,
Yeah,
forward.
level.
Question correct. The rank is representing what?
Uh, uh, the most selected by the respondent. Number
Oh,
one,
oh,
most
okay.
selected, followed by rank number two.
Not the number of respondent now, not like the frequency is number of respondent now.
No, this one based on the RII analysis. So this is the most selected.
Okay.
Yeah, it's actually the ranking, not
Ranking.
the
Yes.
not the numbers.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
we have to put the thing in the formula and run it, and these are the ranking given.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so for question 13, this is impacts of payment delay. So the rank number one is a cash flow problem, the impacts of the payment delay, followed by decrease in project profitability, and the third one is loss of resources. Okay, so then the next question is we ask the respondent other impacts of payment delay. Okay, then they stated 9%, nine respondents said that financial issues causing domino effects, meaning an effect to another domino effects to the other workers, something like that. Then the 3 respondents said that company closing down and also cut down of company expenses, no salary for partners. Okay, 2 respondents said that was retrenchment, the impacts of payment delay. Okay, this is for underpayment. Okay, we asked them, the respondent, have you experienced underpayment? 88 respondents said that they did experience this underpayment, and how many percent in average of underpayment compared to the actual payment. So most of the respondents, 55 respondents said that 10% to 30% average of underpayment compared to the actual payment. Okay, so this is the causes of underpayment that has been selected by the respondent. So the first rank is client withholding payment due to their own cash flow problem, followed by delay in certification by client, and the third one is disagreement on valuation of work done. Okay, the other causes that has been specified is client's financial issues, client's attitude and issues, and also the third one is client saving costs and asking for discount.
This one question number 18, like the previous one, is only those selected question 18 will appear, right? Because the frequency numbering is not 112. So there's a step for them to click for this question. Am I right?
Yes, only a few of them is answered this part, not all of
Okay.
them.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, this is the impacts of underpayment. The first one is cash flow problem, followed by decrease in project profitability and loss of resources. So other impacts that has been specified by the respondent is financial issues, poor work quality, and also retrenchment due to this underpayment. Okay, so this is non-payment issues. Okay, have you ever experienced non-payment after a year of project completion? Okay, 59 respondents said that they have experienced this non-payment after a year of project completion. Okay, and the rest 53 respondents said no. Okay, we asked them what is the causes of this non-payment. Okay, first is client withholding payment due to their own cash flow problem, followed by delay in certification by client, and the third one is disagreement on valuation of work done. Okay, so this is other causes that has been specified by the respondent. Okay, clients attitude issues, clients company closing down, and others lah. Okay, or the impacts of non-payment. Impacts of non-payment to the ECP is a cash flow problem, followed by decreased project profitability and loss of resources. Okay, others impacts that has been specified: financial issues, salary deduction, company closed down, vacancy, and also job loss and retrenchment. Okay, for question 26, we ask them, what do you normally do if the payment issues arise? So 107 respondents said that they send requests for payment, including send notification. Okay, this is the most selected answers. For question 27, have you ever executed the task before the agreement has been signed? So as you can see here, from three type of clients, all of them, majority said yes, they have experienced this, did the task before agreement is signed. For question 28, have you ever rejected a job from the client due to disagreement with the proposed fees given? So for government and GLC project, most of them said no, and for private, it's 50-50. The question 29, have you ever been asked to give a kickback or commission for the project you have been awarded? So from these three clients' perspective, so most of them said no, they never give commission for project they have been awarded. Okay, does your client this one for other payments in Part C, reimbursable? So we ask them, does client pay you within a reasonable period after invoice been submitted? So for 64 respondents said no, and the rest 48 respondents said yes. And how long is the average duration for your client to discharge the payment? The majority of the answer is 4 to 6 months. Okay, moving on to the section C, satisfaction level and improvement required. Okay. So for the first question, ask them, are you generally satisfied with the current scale of fees by BM? Okay, based on the RRI analysis, the result is neutral. For question 2, are you generally satisfied with the current practices of establishing consultant fees? Okay, the result is also neutral. For question 3, are you generally satisfied with the final fees received from your client? Okay, based on the analysis, the result is 0.46, which is neutral. The fourth question, are you generally satisfied with the stages of payment described in the consultancy agreement? So, okay, the result is also neutral. For question number 5, are you generally satisfied with the time taken for the client to release the payment? So the RRI indicates 0.37, which is not satisfied, but they have to accept. For question number 6, are you generally satisfied with the client's compliance towards scale of fees? Okay, BM, the RI, which is 0.38, indicates not satisfied but have to accept. Okay, the next question is question number 7. We ask them, do you think current payment practice require improvement? If yes, please put forward your suggestion in the next question. So out of 112 respondents, 94 respondents said that yes, the current payment practice needs improvement. Okay, then they put forward their suggestion in this okay, in the next question 8. What can the related industrial stakeholder do? Okay, 50 respondents said that revise and improve scale of fees. 16 respondents said that compulsory enforcement of scale of fees BEM by all clients. The third one is 11 respondents said that improve clients' payment procedures. The fourth one is 8 respondents said legal action and penalty to client. Okay, followed by creating or spreading awareness on scale of fees and its importance. Okay, and the others cannot be categorized because we put it under others. So based on this improvement that can be done, most of the respondents said that revise and improve scale of fees by BEM. Okay, so that's all for the result as at 112 respondents.
How do you feel, William?
It's very good, very comprehensive. It's just that when this in future when we present to some others, we need to tell them the question, how we set the questions, and the scenario, the questions like this. Then we come to this stage. It's very good. This is what I want. And then the next step hopefully is a summary of this, something like that, right?
Yes. Yes.
I think this one can give a lot of conclusion in many things. Yeah. So I am very excited with this result, and I really want to make full use of this result to help all the consultant industry lah. So probably I need next time I may need Dr. Ting help to help me to present to ACM, maybe BEM, if I manage to ask BEM people to listen to this. And the philosophy of all this, I'm not good in this, but I know the result is very relevant to our industry.
Yes. Actually, when FICE give me at this stage, William, what we have is 112 respondents, okay? And the main thing is we haven't write some of the reason behind all these things, like the logic and all that. So this is just a pure results, like let you see the results. But when I was reading through FICE chapter on this result, I told him don't add in your own thoughts yet.
Correct.
But just to do the result. But today, when he presented based on this sort of manner, like it's very clear, very clean. Because when I read his report, it's like I need to read and then I need to see the data. I actually couldn't really digest everything, but after this, I actually could digest it. It's like do you guys see that in the awareness bit? As it gets more and more detailed, people get less and less aware.
Correct.
Overall part A, yes, everybody aware, I don't know who is that one person who is not aware maybe to come to the industry but then the rest is really like everybody aware. But then as they get more detailed, like part when they go to the maintenance, reimbursable, all that, you can see that people getting less and less, the bigger scale of people not aware of it. So these are the things that you have to read from the result of ISA. And then this is the part that you need to write in your discussion later. Okay. And then part C is so obvious that private client, we need some form of enforcement, we need some form of synchronization, we need a general rules and regulations for private client. That is very obvious from the result that I see. Otherwise, everybody is having their own show, and all the engineers are just like fish in the like a big small fish all in a big pond, and they're trying to fight for food. Yeah, that is the feeling that I get when I see the result. And then I also see that overall is very unhealthy practice. Can see from the result, because most of the result is yes, not all the time, and no is the same thing. You
Yep.
know, it's the same thing.
Mm.
You know, yes, not all the time. It's just putting it very nicely, only being very courteous, but actually it's no. You know, so I think these are the overall feeling that I get. And 4 to 6 months, a lot of things, 4 to 6 months is ridiculous. It's very, very ridiculous, actually. Yeah, how can anybody survive based on payment, non-payment, underpayment of 4 to 6 months, you know? So I think this is something that we actually can catch straight away from the result already, huh? And then there's one thing that I also need Faiz to be clearer later in your discussion is you have to link some of the reasons and all that between private and government, because when they take private and government, their result is based on private or government and all that. Huh? So we need a more clearer presentation, whether that comes from the government or come from the private sector. Okay?
Okay.
There's
So
one
that
thing
is
that, yeah,
my that is my conclusion.
I see. Very good, Dr. Ting. There's one thing that probably you guys can catch is you see on the result, the payment we received is about 4 to 6 months in January. But this 4 to 6 months, it occur after we submit our invoice. We cannot submit our invoice until we have our MOA signed. If you look at our nature of work, we start work without MOA sign. It means that actually we work maybe 1 year plus 1.5 year, we only get the payments. That 4 to 6.
Wait 4 to 6 months again.
Yeah. So it means that all of us are working without agreement sign about a year plus. Then after the agreement sign, we submit the invoice again. We had to wait another 4 to 6 months. So that 4 to 6 months is not the pure 4 to 6 months. It's after we submit the invoice, after MOA is signed. But most of the project, we don't sign MOA until we get, and sometimes normally it's until like tender stage or construction stage. Even now, I have many projects like construction stage, MOA balloon sign, you know. So this is a scenario lah.
And then about the satisfaction, also you can see that is neutral. Is because some basically everybody is not really satisfied, but they're still doing it. You see.
Yeah, what to do? Yeah.
Yeah, what to do. That's a feeling lah. Yeah. Okay. I mean, what does Gui? What do you think of the result? Like from the observation, anything that you have observed that you want to share with us?
There's only two things that I can think of at the moment is a scale of fee and the payments term and conditions. I think BEM is very. I want to stress on these 2 points: scale of fee and payment issue. So, in generally, I think most of us are not certified with the scale of fee, and secondly, we are not certified with our payment from our client. That's it.
Can so I think if we can expand our result up to over 150 or up to 180 even, it will be a very even more solid kind of results lah. Yeah.
Yes, and there's one thing that probably can add is why are we still so good engineer until today? How many years already? We still can suffer this kind of thing for how many years? Why? There must be a reason. I think the attitude of Malaysian are followers. We are not like frontliners, like to fight. So because our attitude, and then government, we don't dare, most of us don't dare to confront them. No, that is a problem. So it is always two hand clap lah. One hand cannot clap man. So I will blend both sides. One side is ours. So the other side is the other governments. So attitude, I'm not too sure whether how to put inside here, but there is a way that government giving job to consultant is not always one way. You do it or leave it. You do it or leave it. Because government know that there's always
The next one.
Correct.
Next one lining up.
So this is what I'm feeling now, yeah.
Yeah, and I think the other thing we can see that you can very see that board of engineers is not doing a good job.
You are right. You are definitely right. Yeah.
It's like they are supposed to be protecting and fighting the rights and like to be presenting the industry, and
Correct.
yet this is happening like for so many years, 65 years of
I don't know how many years already. Yeah.
of independence, and we are still having this sort of like issues can be so like macam hooligan like that. This is like some kind of way of doing things.
And recently BM do a survey. If you do the survey, it like shit, man. Like a few sentence only, like 4 to 5 questions, something like that. And then I don't know what kind of survey they are doing. They're just doing testing the market or what. The survey that they are supposed to do is something like this.
Not sincere lah, in a way lah.
The approach is like 1 or 2 questions, that's it, done. What kind of survey is that? I don't know. So good.
Expand this particular survey to the whole Malaysia, not even Sarawak only.
Yes. In actual fact, inside there is a Sarawak wording lah. I forgot, but I do forward to some of my West Malaysia friends. I think they did reply also.
Okay, yeah. It's the same thing lah, actually.
It's the
like
same
we're
thing.
all following Board of Engineers rules.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah.
Gui, how do you feel as a QS when you see this?
Of course, I can't comment much on the scale of fees because I'm not practicing, but on the delay part, on the part of the government, I'm not surprised by the results, by the findings. That is what I can say, which is very sad, to be honest. And because personally, I've seen too many red taps in the process of getting payments. Sometimes we, the technical person, we clear it very fast, but when it comes to the finance, the approval, sometimes those rubber stamping people, they take months, and then they don't check all these things. But in the process requires them to rubber stamp this so many stages lah. So these are the things that maybe we can raise up. I mean, in the end, the technical persons are the one who check everything, and then they rubber stamp only. Any problem, they will blame back for the technical person also. So what's the point? They do all this additional process. Yeah. So
defeating the purpose. This red tape is actually defeating the purpose, because at the end of the day, when you all sign and stop already, as a QS, as an engineer, we verify already. What they should do is to get the payment out as soon as possible, and they don't have to ding dong over there anymore. Because even if they're ding dong, it doesn't help with it doesn't help. They don't really find out anything, and then yet they are ding donging. You see?
Yes, the domino effect, as you said, on the ground is much worse now. When you delay all these things, we sometimes feel for the contractors. We clear everything within like 1 week, but the finance take another 3 months. We also don't know what happened to them just to clear. And then after that, they said the boss not around to sign check, go overseas everything, and cause another 2-3 weeks delay just for the final signature of the boss. And there's nothing on it. No value.
What our colleague here, Mr. Gui, said is quite correct. I can think of your next topic. Your next topic will be government payment issue. I don't know whether you must dare to do it or not. Give it to all the government officer. And what Mr. Gui said is correct. You're right, because we are facing this kind of late payments. So government, come on, we have to solve it. So one of the things that Mr. Gui said is correct. I have one MOA. The officer said that, sorry, our director is on Christmas year-end leave for 1 month or die. Then no need that one. And I have
you don't do anything, you just the sign only one. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think the scenario here is very unhealthy, and outsiders do not know that we do things without MOA sign. We know, but we keep quiet. because we don't dare to say it out. Sorry, William Tan is different person. I like to be in frontliners and to fight for you. This is my aim for the whole industry. I'm fighting a small position in this BM scale of fee working group. Hopefully, I can get in. Then by then, I can help everybody.
Very good, very good.
That is kind of you.
Uh,
Come and look for us if you need any help.
Definitely. I'm very happy of all this result and the way you guys are doing things, and it's exactly what I want.
And I
Thank
would
you for
say
that.
that this doesn't apply to just engineers. It applies to, QS, architects, everything same. Because in the end,
Yes.
it's still the person who signed all these things, and it's still
Yes.
exactly the same thing.
Yes. Yeah. One of the conclusion, maybe we wonder the other profession, they're about the same, I think.
Can expand the
Faisa,
study. Yeah.
do you think you can just also add in maybe like one line in the questionnaire, and then we get maybe in this 1 month, maybe we'll also try to send it to the FAB site and ask FAB they all to help us to get some result, because and then you don't really write like engineers, like ECP. I mean, like it's ECP still, but then the category, because the question inside is the same, you see. So maybe we can just put down there like for QS and all that, and maybe that could actually expand our numbers as well, actually.
Yeah.
I can discuss with you after this lah. Yeah, maybe is there any lines inside there we need to change? Yeah.
Only change all the engineer become professional.
Yeah.
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 And then architect and QS can answer already.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
Yeah. That actually but then we cannot ask them about the scale of fees, because they
Yeah.
all have different scale of fees, right?
Correct. This is another issue lah. Yeah, you are right. They don't have part A, part B, part C lah.
Part A, part B, part C, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay.
And
If not, then we can get them to actually help us to send out to some of the QS and all that, and yeah, because it will be the same problem, because if engineers agreement not signed, their agreement also not signed.
Yeah.
you
You
know,
submit your claim, we also submit the claim, also kena.
always client want us to submit together.
Yes.
We seldom submit because the fund come in one time, and then they want to pay in one go lah. And we are meeting sometimes client telling that sorry, no fund they don't care, no fund like this.
Okay. All right. So we'll think about that lah, and maybe you can expand. Maybe you take our questionnaire lah, and then you go and improve, and then you go and do it. This is another project already.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can earn another
Another paper.
Maybe just to share within here, what I know is that because I'm quite close to my finance department last time, sometimes they hold the payment because they put it in like monthly or three quarterly FD. So they want to wait for the FD to mature, only they release the payment. Sometimes then they will give you a lot of queries. You submit and then they will pick one issue and then ask you to return back. This one not complete, or please answer this. And then they want to drag the time. Sometimes this is very honest of experience, I can tell you.
Oh,
Money in FD.
Yes.
Or they send it
The
to share
safest
market
they can do is
investors.
FD.
I see.
Then once they return, they start back again. They say that it's not the delay. Then you answer one query, then they will shoot you another question.
Yes,
Like that.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised if that is very much happening with like things like BBA and all that, because they are quite on their own in that sense. Like Bintulu Port Authority, Development Authority and all that, because especially JKR like that, maybe it's a bit hard,
Right.
But then if you talk about like just BBA,
Yes.
or water board,
Statutory
that
bodies, yes.
happen, because they are about like their own authority kind of thing,
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah.
So Faisa, you take note of what we have said. These are a lot of the good discussions that you have to put it into your thesis, huh? Yeah.
Okay, Dr.
Okay. Yong, you have any things to say when you see the result? Dr. Lee? Maybe her speaker is not working.
So, Mr. William, from your experience, your friends at other consultant firms, I'm sure they have similar complaints too, like architects and.
Actually, okay. Why I do this? There are two reasons. I can tell frankly speaking. First, my attitude. Second is I'm very involved in a lot of this association, like IEM, ACM, since I was graduated 25 years ago. So I the person that how to say the information that I have is always related to engineering, all this and that. And then because of my attitude, I like to help people, not only in the engineering industry, on the livelihood as well. So people always tell me their problem. But sorry to say that they never dare to say it in the public. So whatever I do here is not for personal approach. It's always for the industrial approach. Just last week only, there's somebody complained why JKR Sarawak, the road branch, always give the road design to one or two company on it. I say you just bring out the issue to ACM lah. You tell me I also cannot do anything lah. You bring out the issue lah. So I once a while I get all this kind of response from the engineer. So it made me mad. I cannot help them. That's why I'm willing to spend my own money to do this, you know. Yeah. And most of the industry is like 自己顾自己啦，比较多人是自己顾自己，but 我不会啦，我比较喜欢是说 we work as a team, we need to survive in the Sarawak market, you know. Actually, Sarawak now is a main market for the West Malaysia. A lot of consultant is trying to venture in Sarawak, but luckily we still have our government trying to stop that. There's a lot of rule and regulation that they cannot direct open the company lah. But in actual fact, in Sarawak now, there's few company already venture with the West Malaysia already. I know. So we had to close the door, but at the same time, thing open lah. But at the same time, we cannot jeopardize our rice ball man. I think we are quite sad to say that not many people like to stand up to protect ourselves.
I agree.
I think this one,
yeah,
hopefully result like this. I mean, it's the first step lah. I mean, like in universities, we don't mind writing a lot of things lah. So we can go ahead and write a lot of things without being, without being, we will be bombarded lah. But then, you know, if it's not too serious, they will give us some autonomy in that sense lah.
Go ahead, write what is the most rarity, you know, in the market. In actual fact, sometimes people say had to be pessimistic, not optimistic or whatever lah. The way I see, we need to see the problem. We need to really dig the problem in order to find the answer. If everything we talk surface, we never solve the problem.
Yeah.
So now I really want to dig the problem. Even out to government, they don't want to give me job, doesn't matter. A few of the consultant, the all consultant bosses say, you know the effect you do this, sometimes the government know that if you do it, they won't give you job. I say, never mind lah. You don't give me job, don't give me job lah. Next time you give me job lah.
It's okay. You must do it one, not you.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Lee has something to say to Faiz about your analysis. Dr. Lee, are you free to talk now?
Yes, sorry. Just now I am answering a few call. Yeah.
Faiz, you take note of what Dr. Lee says.
No, just maybe this is just on your results, so maybe in the next step. So some point I think already point out by Dr. Ting just now, a few of the cross tab, like for example, like example 4 to 6 months. I certainly remember the 4 to 6 month the late payment. So who is responding to 4 to 6 months? So it should be so that it's more clearly we can know the more detailed analysis, like 4 to 6 months, who is responding to 4 to 6 months. You can do the cross tab actually.
Okay, Doctor.
Okay, and then like those section C satisfactions level, there are a few neutral, yeah, but maybe in your analysis later on you need to clarify what is the meaning of the neutral actually, because
Correct.
when you look at the table, it seems like actually not satisfied and unsatisfied, but have to accept. But I know you run the analysis, you run the calculations, and then it shows the neutral. But
Yes.
why it is neutral, maybe you need to clarify a bit on this on these items. Yeah.
Yeah, I do
There's a
agree.
lot
Yeah.
neutral there.
Yeah, I do agree totally. In actual fact, there's a lot of dissatisfaction over there lah. I'm not too sure how do you can write another conclusion. The analysis can come up with neutral, but there must be a little bit of executive summary saying that most of them are certified or non-certified, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
We will need to put that. And then remember, I said this just now, try to link, like what Dr. Lee is saying, the same thing. Some of the question, especially some of the very important practices like underpayment and all that, the answer 4 to 6 months are that one you need to know, like, and also like why and the effects and all that, right? Causes by what? You try to cross link with the client who answer government, private, or GLC. It has to be cross linked that way. Okay. Yeah. The main thing is not who, but not who answer, because we really don't know who are the consultant who answer. This is completely blind now, honestly lah. But you need to know siapa yang answer 4 to 6 months itu, how many of them are from private project, how many of them are from government project. These are the things that you need to point out. Otherwise, there will be ACEM people, Board of Engineers people who are going to be asking that question. And if this result is being presented to government sector, they say, hey, none of our business, this is all like the private one, we are very,
Correct.
So remember, especially with the awareness, not the awareness, the practice bit, try to be clearer about the who is the one that answered those questions.
Yeah, there is a lot of yes or no questions at the sections B and section C. Sections B, I think. Yeah, yes or no, and then the percentage is actually not very is for me it's like 60 something percent, 40 something. There are some questions, so it is good to know which group of people responding to yes, or which group of the respondent responding to no. I saw some. I cannot remember which questions already. There are yes or no, especially yes or no questions. The percentage is not very. The difference is not very large actually. Yeah, the difference is not very large.
Okay, I think we need to look into that now. So I think before the semester starts, on the 9th, I think these are the things in the results that you can improve, like try to adjust, try to link them first lah, and then after that, we will at the moment also we will start to proceed to get more results lah. Now I think it's only about 114.
Oh.
Yeah, so we hope that we push some more, and I'll try to send it to some of my friends in Sabah as well, and see if they can get anything there as well. I mean, it doesn't have to be all from Sarawak lah. I think this is the same thing, applicable to everybody. Yeah. So then after that, we will see what numbers we reach lah. But main thing at the end of the day, we also want to see that linkage, which is still not very clear in the result now at the moment. Yeah. All right. Anything else from anyone else you want to share?
Okay. Very good job, Faiz.
Yeah, very good job, guys. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for the comment also.
So a lot of comments. I will also send you the recording later lah. You can look through the recording, especially in the comment bit lah, huh?
Okay, Doctor.
Yeah, Dr. Ting, seeing our target is 150 and above, now we're 114.
14,
Is
yeah.
there a way that I can attract more of the more response, like maybe showing some of the result, but bankroll of the result, or I don't know. Is there something like a picture like this is our first summary, but just maybe one or two questions that is very relevant, but maybe bankroll the percentage or what? I don't know. How to attract people to respond, huh?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because I think we had done it quite good and very comprehensive. Now our target haven't been reached. In order to get more people to answer, then I want to get people excited. But if I was just write in wordings, maybe people another survey only. Is there something like one or two result? Can I show something like that? No, right? Because it's not officially yet.
You can. I mean, like maybe just on the things like maybe you think it's good to show the part that is comments on
Late payment.
the reason for late payment and the causes, the effects of late payment, you know, that kind of thing.
Yes, why not? Go ahead. Because we are helping them. Maybe you can screenshot a little bit there, and then I'll put some word there. Please, we need to get more that one.
Yeah, something like that. Or this slide later. Do you want us to send you this slide? You can have it actually. We don't mind, you know.
You can
capture, or we can capture a few slides up for you to actually do your advertisement.
Yeah, can. You can give me this slide. I will go through because next meeting they want me to briefly tell them. I won't tell them everything lah. I'll tell them a little bit here and there only. But during the advertisement, maybe you can help me to capture that particular slide that you think that is good to represent the core objective of this survey.
Yeah. Okay. When do you need this slide for your presentation to SEM, is it?
Actually, I don't need this slide. Actually, our next meeting is beginning of October lah. Actually, every time it's first week October. I will not present everything. No, I will select a few that is relevant. Present that one or two slide or three slide only. The rest, no, I cannot present everything.
Okay.
Just
Better
say
not lah,
preliminary findings, like early findings.
Yeah, better not, because things can change later on. We just present. I will present something one or two only lah. This is our finding, and then that's it.
Okay. Or maybe Faiz, you want to go back to some of the slides now? We can just pick. We
Yep.
straight away pick lah. Yeah, that would be easier. Especially section C. Yeah. I think this one non-payment one, I think we probably can show as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that something related to cash flow problem. This one non-payment, then the cash flow problem is a first ranking already. But when I read the first ranking, I misunderstand. I don't quite understand what my first ranking lah. But I can explain that this is the most effect, no, the most effect lah.
Can you go to late payment?
Yep.
I think maybe this sort of slides lah, you know, does your client always pay you on the stipulated? You see the answer is no, 58.
Yeah.
And then this one, average duration 4 to 6 months. I think this is a good slide to capture lah, huh? So question 9 and 10, and then next slide. This one, I think these two, and then next one, see? Yeah, maybe these 3 slides, like late payment, causes of late payment, and impact of late payment.
Good. I have captured this 3 slides already. Never mind. I will just use my photo just to.
It's okay. We will capture these 3. I mean, we will cut out these 3 and give it to you later.
But probably the rank part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when people read it, maybe the rank number 1 is a more serious one. We all know that. Is there a description? No, I don't know.
Or we will put it here like number 1 number 1 being the most selected one, no? Yeah.
Yeah, these 3 will do.
Okay. And maybe we'll give you also the very last slide about the how to improve the practice and all that. Yeah. The very last slide on this one. Yeah.
Yep. Also can, yes.
Okay. Then this one you can say that we need more people to fill lah, you see?
Yep, you are right. Thanks, Dr. Ting.
No problem. Okay. Can. So if that's it, we will hang on here, and then we will promote some more, and hopefully we will go over 150 to 180 lah, huh? Okay. Thank you, everyone. And any other questions and anything to say? Thanks, Kuya. You give us very valuable input. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not so good in all this analysis yet, but I can share my experience from what I know.
Yes. It's very good for, especially like, you know, the one that you mentioned is going to be very good for his thesis and the writing later. Is the last bit, that the chain, the food chain, the last bit, is that food chain is so big down there, and yet it's not effective and it's causing a lot of problem. You know, you got like so many admin club, and yet they're not doing things, you see? So, okay, so we will hold it here. So I will email William on the slides. These four pieces first, lah, huh?
Yep.
A sample, maybe we will put there sample, you know, something like that. Yeah. Okay. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
See you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.